For over 50 years, one name has echoed through the dark corridors of true crime history: a phantom who terrorized Northern California and then vanished, leaving behind a legacy of fear and a puzzle that has stumped investigators for decades. This is the story of the Zodiac Killer. It all began in the late 1960s. A series of brutal, seemingly random attacks rocked the San Francisco Bay Area. But the horror didn't end with the crimes themselves. The killer began a twisted game with the police and the press, sending a barrage of taunting letters. These weren't just confessions, they were challenges. Signed with a distinctive cross-circle symbol, the letters contained intricate ciphers, promising to reveal his identity if anyone was clever enough to solve them. Of the 4 ciphers he sent, only 2 have been definitively cracked. The first, the Z408 cipher, was solved by a schoolteacher and his wife just a week after it was published. It was a chilling, misspelled rant where the killer claimed he enjoyed killing people because it was so much fun. The second, the Z340 cipher, remained a mystery for 51 years until a team of amateur codebreakers finally unlocked its message in 2020. It read, in part, "I hope you are having lots of fun in trying to catch me. I am not afraid of the gas chamber because it will send me to paradise all the sooner." The remaining ciphers, Z13 and Z32, are still unsolved, holding their secrets tight. What could they possibly reveal? The killer's name? The location of a hidden bomb? Or just more taunts from beyond the grave? These letters created a terrifying persona. The Zodiac wasn't just a murderer. He was an evil genius, a showman who craved the spotlight. He threatened to shoot school children. He detailed his crimes with cold precision, and he gave himself the name that would become infamous: the Zodiac. His communication was a form of psychological warfare, keeping an entire region on edge, wondering where and when he would strike next. The investigation became one of the most extensive in American history. Police departments chased down thousands of leads, interviewing countless individuals. Over the years, several names have emerged as prime suspects, but one has consistently risen to the top: Arthur Leigh Allen. Allen was a former elementary school teacher with a troubled past. He was first reported to police in 1969, and the circumstantial evidence against him was compelling. A former friend claimed Allen had talked about a novel where a man hunts humans, used the name Zodiac before it was public, and even owned a Zodiac brand watch with the same cross-circle symbol. He lived in Vallejo, near the first crime scenes, and he fit the physical description provided by one of the few survivors. When police searched his trailer, they found weapons, bloody knives, and cryptic writings. However, his fingerprints and handwriting didn't match the samples from the Zodiac letters. DNA tests conducted later on the stamps and envelopes also failed to link him to the crimes. Despite the mountain of suspicious coincidences, there was never enough concrete evidence to charge him. Allen died in 1992, taking any potential secrets with him and remaining the most tantalizing what-if in the entire case. But Allen isn't the only suspect. The list is long and varied. There's Richard Gaikowski, a newspaper editor whose work schedule and location lined up with the Zodiac's attacks and letters. Some even claim to see his name hidden within the ciphers. Then there's Lawrence Kane, a career criminal whose path crossed with one of the victims. And more recently, a team of independent investigators called the Casebreakers pointed the finger at a man named Francis Poste, who passed away in 2018. They claim Poste has a scar on his forehead matching the police sketch and that they've cracked anagrams in the Zodiac's letters that reveal his name. They also presented new forensic evidence, including DNA, but law enforcement agencies have remained skeptical, stating their evidence doesn't conclusively point to Poste. The debate rages on, with each theory pulling believers deeper into the rabbit hole. The Zodiac's confirmed victim count stands at 5, but he claimed to have killed as many as 37. 2 men who survived his attacks, Bryan Hartnell and Mageau, provided crucial details that helped shape the investigation. Hartnell, who was stabbed repeatedly at Lake Berryessa, gave a detailed description of the killer's bizarre, executioner-style hood. Mageau, shot in a Vallejo parking lot, was able to describe the attacker's appearance and vehicle. Their harrowing stories serve as a stark reminder of the human cost behind the legend. There are also many other cold cases from that era that some investigators believe could be the work of the Zodiac, extending his reign of terror far beyond the confirmed timeline. Could he have been responsible for the disappearance of Donna Lass from a Lake Tahoe casino? Or the murder of Sherry Jo Bates in Riverside, 2 years before the Zodiac's first confirmed crime? These connections are tenuous but add another layer of mystery to an already complex case. The Zodiac Killer's dark legacy isn't just about the unsolved crimes. It's about the way he manipulated the media and created a cultural icon of fear. He was one of the first serial killers to truly understand the power of the press, using it to build his own myth. His case has inspired countless books, documentaries, and blockbuster movies, most notably David Fincher's 2007 film Zodiac, which meticulously detailed the obsessive hunt for the killer. He has become a fixture in pop culture, a symbol of the perfect unsolved crime. But behind the ciphers and the Hollywood portrayals are real families who have lived for decades without answers, without justice. The case files may have gone cold, but for them, the wounds never truly healed. In recent years, advancements in genetic genealogy have breathed new life into decades-old cold cases, most famously leading to the capture of the Golden State Killer. Many hoped this same technology would finally unmask the Zodiac. Investigators have been working to build a complete DNA profile from the saliva on the stamps and envelopes of the Zodiac's letters. In 2021, news broke that a team had potentially identified a new suspect through this method. However, subsequent official statements from the FBI and local police departments have been cautious. They confirmed that the case remains open and that no single piece of evidence has been strong enough to bring it to a close. The challenge lies in the age of the evidence and the potential for contamination over the decades. The DNA is degraded, making it incredibly difficult to extract a clean profile. Is the answer locked away in a tiny fragment of genetic material, just waiting for technology to catch up? Or will the Zodiac's identity forever remain a secret? The Zodiac Killer case is more than just a whodunit. It's a labyrinth of cryptic clues, compelling suspects, and frustrating dead ends. It's a story about obsession, the obsession of the killer himself, and the obsession of those who have dedicated their lives to finding him. He created a puzzle and dared the world to solve it. For over half a century, we've tried. We've decoded his messages, scrutinized his words, and analyzed every piece of evidence. Yet he remains a ghost, a question mark haunting American history. Will we ever know who was behind the hood? Or will the Zodiac's final secret be the one he successfully took to his grave? The search continues, and as long as it does, the legend of the Zodiac will live on. Thanks for watching. If you're fascinated by unsolved mysteries, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into the world's greatest cold cases. Let us know in the comments who you think the Zodiac Killer was.